Why would anyone drop a cool million on something that tells the same time as a smartphone? Is it just for the flex? Or is there something more to a watch that costs more than a private island? We're about to dive deep into the world of insane craftsmanship, mind-boggling price tags, and the kind of luxury that makes billionaires weak at the knees. These aren't just time tellers, they're legacies forged in gold and diamonds. Vacheron Constantin. Let's kick things off with a brand that's been around since before the United States was even a country. We're talking about Vacheron Constantin, the undisputed OG of watchmaking, ticking since 1755. To put that in perspective, these guys were crafting timepieces when Napoleon was just a kid with big dreams. Their entry-level piece, the 56 automatic, will set you back a cool $33,000, which is basically the price of a decent car. But for that, you're getting a piece of a 269-year-old legacy. It's the kind of brand that doesn't scream for attention. It whispers, "I've arrived," to those in the know. Ryan Reynolds, the man who can do no wrong, has been spotted rocking an overseas, probably while cracking jokes and thinking about his next Deadpool stunt. These watches are for the guys who own the team, not just the players. The brand's masterpiece, the Vacheron, is a one-of-a-kind pocket watch with 24 complications that sold for a staggering $5 million. It's so complex, it probably tells you the meaning of life along with the time. Breguet. Speaking of Napoleon, let's talk about his personal watchmaker, Breguet, founded in Paris in 1775 by the legendary Abraham Louis Breguet. This brand is royalty in the watch world. If Vacheron is the old wise king, Breguet is the genius inventor who changed the game. Ever heard of the tourbillon, that little spinning cage that defies gravity and makes watches insanely accurate? Yeah, that was Breguet's brainchild back in 1801. Today you can get into the Breguet Club with the Classique 5177 for about $15,000. But the real showstopper is the Marie Antoinette pocket watch. Commissioned for the queen herself, it took 40 years to make and is now valued at over $30 million. It's the horological equivalent of the Mona Lisa. It's no wonder that modern royalty like Rihanna has been seen sporting a Breguet, reminding everyone that class never goes out of style. Blancpain. From French royalty to the depths of the ocean, let's plunge into the world of Blancpain. Founded way back in 1735, they hold the title of the world's oldest surviving watch brand. For centuries, they've lived by the motto, "Since 1735, there has never been a quartz Blancpain watch, and there never will be." That's some serious dedication to the craft. Their most iconic creation is the 50 Fathoms, the original modern dive watch from 1953. It was built for combat swimmers and deep-sea explorers, including the legendary Jacques-Cousteau. You can get a taste of this legacy with the Villeret's Ultra Plate for around $13,000, but if you've got James Cameron money, you can snag one of the limited edition pieces he's collaborated on. This isn't just a watch, it's a tool for adventurers and a symbol of rugged elegance. Jaeger-LeCoultre. Now let's get sporty with Jaeger-LeCoultre, a brand born in the Swiss Jura Mountains in 1833. These guys are known as the watchmaker of watchmakers because for a long time they supplied movements to pretty much every other top-tier brand, including Patek Philippe and Vacheron Constantin. Their most famous model is the Reverso, created in 1931 for polo players who kept smashing their watch crystals during matches. The genius solution? A case that flips over to protect the dial. You can get your hands on a classic Reverso for about $4,300, making it one of the more accessible pieces on our list. But don't let the price fool you. This brand has some serious heavy hitters. Charlie Chaplin was a fan, and so is Jay-Z. It's a watch that's both an engineering marvel and a timeless style icon. A. Lang & Söhne. Let's take a trip to Germany, to the small town of Glashütte, the heart of German watchmaking. Here we find A. Lang & Söhne, a brand with a story of destruction and rebirth. Founded in 1845, the company was destroyed during World War II and expropriated by the East German state. It wasn't until 1990, after the fall of the Berlin Wall, that the founder's great-grandson, Walter Lange, brought the brand back from the dead. Their style is distinctly German, precise, robust, and beautifully finished. The entry point is the Saxonia Thin for around $77,300, but the real masterpiece is the Grand Complication, a beast of a watch with a price tag of of nearly $2.5 million. With a perpetual calendar, a grand and small strike, and a split-seconds chronograph, it's a testament to the resilience and genius of German engineering. It's the kind of watch that tells a story of triumph over adversity. Audemars Piguet. Alright, let's get back to Switzerland and talk about a brand that completely changed the game in the 1970s. Audemars Piguet, founded in 1875, is still owned by its founding families, a rarity in the watch world. For decades, they were a respected but traditional watchmaker. Then in 1972, on the eve of the Basel Watch Fair, they dropped a bombshell, the Royal Oak. Designed overnight by the legendary Gerald Genta, the Royal Oak was a luxury sports watch made of steel, which was unheard of at the time. It was big, it was bold, and its price tag was as audacious as its octagonal bezel. People thought they were crazy, but it became an icon, single-handedly creating the luxury sports watch category. Today, the Royal Oak is the face of Audemars Piguet, with a starting price of around $20,700 for a quartz model. In 1993, they doubled down on the madness with the Royal Oak Offshore, a beefed up 42mm beast that was just as groundbreaking. It's been worn by everyone from Arnold Schwarzenegger to Jay-Z, but perhaps its most famous modern champion is LeBron James, who has been spotted dunking with a custom diamond-studded Offshore on his wrist. It's a symbol of unapologetic success and a staple in the collections of athletes and hip-hop royalty. Patek Philippe. Now, we enter the holy trinity of watchmaking. Patek Philippe, founded in 1839, is arguably the most prestigious watch brand in the world. Their slogan is, "You never actually own a Patek Philippe, you merely look after it for the next generation." And with their prices, that's probably true. The brand has built its reputation on a legacy of innovation, with over 100 patents to its name, including the perpetual calendar and split-seconds chronograph. The entry point to this exclusive club is the Aquanaut, which will set you back a hefty $88,600. But the sky's the limit with Patek. Their Grandmaster Chime holds the record for the most expensive watch ever sold at auction, fetching an astronomical $31 million at a charity event in 2019. It's a double-sided watch with 20 complications, and it's so complex that it comes with a 200-page manual. More recently, the iconic Nautilus, another Gerald Genta design, has become a pop culture phenomenon, with even young stars like Tom Holland seen wearing one to his Spider-Man premieres. Owning a Patek isn't just about telling time, it's about owning a piece of art that will only appreciate in value. It's the ultimate status symbol, the final boss of the watch world. F.P. Journe. In a world of centuries-old brands, F.P. Journe is the new kid on the block, but what a kid he is. Francois-Paul Journe founded his company in 1999, and in just a couple of decades, he's become one of the most respected independent watchmakers in the world. His motto is Invenit et Facit, which means invented and made, signifying that he designs and builds his watches from scratch. His creations are a blend of classic 18th century watchmaking with a modern twist. The entry-level Chronomètre Bleu, with its unique tantalum case and mesmerizing blue dial, costs around $26,000, but good luck finding one. Production is extremely limited, with only about 900 watches made each year. This exclusivity has made F.P. Journe a darling of collectors, with his watches often selling for well above retail on the secondary markets. Jacob & Co. If F.P. Journe is the quiet genius, Jacob & Co. is the flamboyant showman. Founded in 1986 by Jacob Arabo, a man who went from a small jewelry kiosk in New York to a global phenomenon, this brand is all about over-the-top, jaw-dropping creations. Think watches with working roulette wheels, miniature solar systems, and more diamonds than you can count. Jacob's big break came from catering to hip-hop royalty like Notorious B.I.G. and Jay-Z. Today, you can get a taste of the madness with the Epic X for around $5,000. But the real fun starts with pieces like the Astronomia, a $1 million masterpiece with a 4-arm movement that rotates around the dial, displaying a tiny hand-painted globe and a 1-carat diamond that turns on itself every 60 seconds. Then there's the Billionaire, a watch that lives up to its name, covered in 260 carats of emerald-cut diamonds with an $18 million price tag. It's been seen on the wrists of Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Jacob & Co. isn't for the faint of heart. It's for those who want their watch to be the center of attention and a conversation piece that screams pure, unadulterated opulence. Richard Mille. Finally, we have Richard Mille, a brand that has completely redefined modern watchmaking since its founding in 2001. These aren't your grandfather's watches, they're racing machines on the wrist. Richard Mille uses cutting-edge materials from the worlds of Formula One and aerospace, like carbon fiber and titanium, to create watches that are incredibly light and durable. The starting price is a mind-boggling $60,000 for the RM016 Extra Flat, but their most famous pieces are the tourbillons worn by athletes like Rafael Nadal and Bubba Watson during competition. Nadal's watch, the RM27-04, can withstand shocks of up to 12,000 Gs and weighs just 30 grams, strap included. These watches are the ultimate expression of performance and luxury, with prices often reaching into the millions. Owning a Richard Mille is a statement that you're at the top of your game and you're not afraid to show it. So there you have it, the 10 most expensive watch brands in the world. From the timeless elegance of Patek Philippe to the insane creations of Jacob & Combine, these watches are more than just timekeepers. They're works of art, engineering marvels, and symbols of ultimate success. Which one would you choose if you had a bottomless bank account? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of luxury.